Hello, hello, hello. Susan Lazar Hart here with your Ask Susan Sunday live Q&A, the place to be, every Sunday for all your questions. I'm just going to wait a few seconds here for the algorithms to kick in, for you get the message that I'm live, and here we go. How does it get any better than that? So, this Sunday, thank you for all of your questions that have been pouring in. Hey, Erica, welcome, welcome. Tell us where you're from, and if you know of an Ask Susan member in the Ask Susan community, tag them, say, get on in here. Hey, Jane, how's it going? Just gonna get a little sip of tea while we're waiting to slowly move into this thing here. Slow is not my usual rate, so enough of that. Today, it's about the questions that you've been asking. The theme is, what questions are you using to create your reality, right? And one of the things that I've become more and more aware of is kind of the explanation. There is no such thing as generic reality, right? Somebody that I was working with said, well, let's be realistic. And I said, let's take that word apart, right? What does realistic mean to you? You know, how many of you have been taught, don't be a dreamer, right? Come down to earth in more ways than one. And, you know, take a reality check. Well, your reality is actually your reality. It's nobody else's. So the questions that you've been asking and the questions that are coming in, well, questions that can you ask that can actually create the kind of reality you've been asking for. Hey, Zami, welcome. So every word that you bought into that you have to be just like everybody else. Wow. Everything that is. Yeah, everywhere you bought in that you have to fit in to somebody else's reality. Hey, Isha, welcome, welcome. Congratulations, Isha, with everything that you're creating. I'm watching you. So for everybody listening, what reality are you asking for? And are you actually willing to roll up your sleeves and create the kind of reality that you're asking for, right? Or are you fitting into somebody else's point of view? Which brings me to the first question. I'm just going to took all these notes down. So the first question that came in is, what is the connection between our point of view about aging and how our body responds to it? Well, the answer is in your question. Hey, Dee, welcome, welcome. If you have a point of view about your body in any way, shape, or form, if you have a point of view about aging in any way, shape, or form, that's where the connection is going to be coming, right? So you might ask, what point of view do I have about aging? Right? Because the body doesn't have a point of view. Body will shape shift. The body will create itself as you desire, right? If your desire is to be totally expansive in who you be, how you be, and how you be with the body, because the truth is you actually chose a body, or you'd be like an entity flying around, right? Yeah. So, you know, what is the connection between your point of view about aging and how your body responds? Your body will gift you whatever you're asking for. So if you look in the mirror and you say, oh my God, I can't believe it, I'm so old, or I can't believe I'm so fat, I can't believe I'm so skinny, whatever that judgment is, right? Oh, I don't want to lose whatever it is you've decided that you're going to lose. Hey, Jacqueline, welcome. That's the point of view, that your body is like a puppy dog. Your body's like, oh, you want that? Okay, we can do that. You want to get old faster? Okay, we can do that. Right? So I would ask you to ask yourself, whose point of view are you buying? Is that the reality that you'd like to create with your body, with your being? And if it isn't, take a breath. You know, you've heard me lots in the last couple of months. I talk about just taking a breath, which really means, let's be present. Okay, body, what is it you're asking for? Body, how can I assist you in where we'd like to go? See, that's a gentler way of saying, what point of view am I holding on to about aging and my body? You're the only one that knows what point of view you're holding on to. The trick is, would you like to let go of it and ask for something greater? Yeah. So, Lola, let me know how this pops for you, right? A lot of you who are on this have been asking questions. Some of you will be seeing this on the replay. If you're watching this on the replay, put hashtag replay so I get a sense of where you're at and what's working for you. D, all the feedback about aging transformation for today, fitness as well. Sweet. Yeah. So let's pop into your question, D, and I love that. Thank you so much. So D was talking about, what is fitness? I pay for a gym membership and I go for weeks and months, and then basically she's talking about, I tell people I'm busy, I really don't want to go to the gym, I don't want to tell them, I'm choosing not to go, and yet I would like to be in better shape. Listen to this, I'd like to be in better shape, similar to when I was going to the gym more regularly. The choice of canceling the membership might make me look lazy. Who does that belong to, GD? Right, again, it's your point of view creates your reality. If you have a point of view that the only way you can get the kind of body that you've decided you have to have is by going to the gym, that's what you're telling your body. We can only look this way if I reward you by taking you to the gym. Well, is there any listening going on to what the body would like and how the body would like to look, right? There's so many ways and that we can shift the way our body is by being present with what's going on in the body and listening. Body, how would you like to move today? Body, would you like to dance today? Body, would you like to go for a walk? Body, what else would you like to do? Body, what else would you like to eat? Body, how would you like to be, right? What I responded to D is, fitness is a point of view, right? What point of view are you holding on to about fitness that doesn't even belong to you, right? So D, let me know how that pops for you. I love that. It's the questions coming in about aging, about fitness, about body. Start to include your body, right? Nice body, yummy body, right? Start to include your body and being present. Again, take a breath. Whose reality are you and your body creating for? Is that your reality? Is it the reality that will create greater with you and for you? Or are you buying into somebody else's reality? Yeah, D. Let me open this up. I do notice a difference when I'm dancing around the house. Yeah, me too. And even dancing in the shower. What feels awesome. Yeah, versus just moving around. Absolutely. It's fun. I like going to the gym once in a while because I like to mix it up and have a little chat and see what's going on. And my body hasn't wanted to do that hasn't desired that for, I don't know, months and months. Oh, well. We're dancing too. I'm doing a lot of dancing, and I just, all of a sudden my body's like, can we do some squats? I'm in the middle of the kitchen. All right, let's go. And yeah, and work it. What if it was fun? What if your reality had to do with taste and touch and sound and movement? Include your body in your reality. Great reminder, D. Thank you. Yeah, cool. Awesome. Hey, if you're just popping in, tell us where you're from and tag another Ask Susan member to get on in here, and let's hear your questions. Is this something that's popping for people? Especially it's springtime in North America, and there's lots of promos about, lose those last 10 pounds, get in that bikini body. Whatever that is for you, is that your reality? Right? Now, your reality, I got a hard on that one. Your reality is not to exclude anything. Right? Being truly conscious with your reality is, does this work for me? Right? It's not putting up boundaries and borders, saying, this is my reality. It's like, what would be fun? Right? Yeah. D. Just realizing there's a judgment of waiting and of wasting money. Just realizing there's a judgment of wasting money on a membership that I'm, okay. So if money wasn't, thank you for that. So if money wasn't the issue, what would you choose? Right? That's where I would go. And ask your money, is it fun? Is it fun paying for this membership? Would this double and triple my income by being part of this gym? Right? Just being in the question of your reality. What would create the greatest amount of possibilities here? Yeah. Yay, I got a thumbs up and a heart on that. Next question. More information about asking clarity questions. I have a few things to create for the future, but unsure what to choose. I desire a greater future than what there is available. Okay, so yeah, hi Sandy, welcome. So, just popping. Here's what I do when I have clients who choose to work with me. Sorry. Okay, D, you need to work on the throat chakra. Thank you. So one of the things that I'm aware of is we're told, oh, just go out, just do this, just do that. Well, again, being present with yourself and asking yourself, so what does that look like for me? What does it taste like for me? What's the sense that I have of me 6 months from now, right? And what would it take for me to be that right now? Thanks, Sandy. Thanks, Dee. And it's when I'm working with my clients one-on-one, we actually create a map of who they are. What is it that turns you on? What is it that you're asking for? And have that as your core, as your foundation. And then play from there, right? So if I go out 5 months from now or a year from now, and what am I asking for? What are you asking for, right? Are you asking for more money than you can possibly count? Are you asking for a sensuous relationship? What are you asking for, right? Go out 5 years from now. Go out 4 years from now. Go out 6 months from now. Get a sense of that. Get a sense of what that will create for you. Who are you in that space? Right? Now, bring it back, chunk it down, and what's one small step you could take in order to get there? And it's going to change and it's going to shift. If you're willing to put in the work of getting really quiet with you and a sense of that. And quiet with you could be dancing in the shower. Everybody, it's not like, oh, that's not what I'm talking about. It's about being present with you. For me, it's when I go for walks early in the morning, there's just a sense of possibilities, right? And then asking what else is possible and what's greater here for me. Because again, what questions can you ask to create your reality, right? How many of you are looking to your future to compare it to other people's futures? And how's that working for you? Right? There's a difference between being inspired. There's a difference between popping into something and getting some information. I do that all the time. I have a couple of mentors that I play with, right? Hey, Becky. Hey, Ax Karina. It's about being willing to be present with what it is that you're asking for. And again, if you're willing to just get a sense of who you be, right? What turns you on? What is it you came here to be and do? What changes are you asking for in your reality? And everything outside of that is it's just that's what it is. You can choose it or not, but is this the reality that you're asking for? So thank you for that question. How can I stop taking the energy of those? Oh, I got a heart on that one. Yay! Hey, Kelly. How can I stop taking on the energies of those around me? Well, it's the willingness to be totally present. Again, you hear the P word, right? It's the willingness to be present with your reality. And there's all different kinds of stuff going on in the universe. There's all different kinds of stuff going on the planet. And it's the willingness to say, who am I being here, right? Who am I being? And once you have that awareness, then you could start to play beyond that. Right? It's not who am I being, I have to fix it. It's who am I being, does this work for me? Who am I being, does this add to my life and living? Who am I being, does this create the profit in my life, in my living that I'm asking for? I did a video for Right Relationship for You, the Facebook, and then I sent it to my VA to put it up. And then I looked at it and I was like, that's my grandmother in there. So yum, so grateful, for technology that I could see it again. And it's like, I kicked her out. I said, get out, get your own life. So it's yes, we are aware. When we're aware. But it's not about how can I stop taking on the energies of those around me. It's about being really present with what it is that you are asking for. What it is that you are creating with. And be so bold to empower yourself with those energies. And you're going to recognize anytime somebody else tries to come in, somebody else tries to play with you energetically, because you are going to be in your awareness of being totally present with you. If it doesn't match what you're asking for, it's not yours. How's that information, by the way, for people who are listening, for people who wrote in the questions, right? Let me know. Does this ring for you? Is this like being present? There's a lot of crap out there about telling you what being present is. It's whatever works for you. Right? Whether it's getting your bars run, whether it's going for a walk, whether it's taking your clothes off and going for a swim in the ocean, sitting underneath the sun coming up or the moon, whatever that is for you, does it give you the presence in which you can actually create more with? Right? If it doesn't, it's not yours. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see, what else is coming up here? Contributing to my son's wealth. How can I contribute to my son's wealth without wanting to control him and his body? And you know what? We talked about this a little bit on the Ask Susan. By the way, go back into the Ask Susan where there's the big question mark. There's been a lot of really interesting conversations there, with these questions that are popping here. The thing is, thank you so much for being that awareness that you are trying to control him and his body. Anywhere we go to control anything, we are not being present. We are not in allowance. And it's the willingness to actually be in total loving allowance of what someone's choosing. It's like trying to gift somebody something that they don't want to receive. Right? Do you know what I mean? Like I just had this visual of giving somebody a letter and they're not taking it. And you're like, no, take your letter, take your letter. And they're slamming the door and they're like, no, thank you. Well, that's what you're doing when you have a point of view that you might be aware of what's going on in someone else's life and somebody else's body. It's just an awareness, right? Yeah, I mean, there's many times where I can go in and shift the molecules, myself, my body, other people. But if there's no question in their life, then you're actually being superior. And is there consciousness in being superior, right? Yeah, that's the question. It's like, what's the value, right, of controlling? It's the willingness to be in total loving allowance and let someone choose for themselves. Yeah. And the control thing, it's who does that belong to? It's a real who does that belong to? How many of us were raised by people who were trying to control us, and we were implanted with the idea that loving and caring has to do with controlling. That actually is not how it works, right? Loving comes from deep inside and wells out, right? Expands out. It doesn't control. So again, it's a real who does that belong to question. Yeah. Let me know if this rings for you. Any other questions you have about this, pop in. I can see you on here. Yeah. Cool. What else was asked? More information about asking clarity questions. We talked about that. Cool. So I think I've actually covered, good. I got a thumbs up. I think I've actually covered most of the questions that came in. So it's really about, today is really about what questions can you ask to create your own reality, right? Now, your reality can overlap with other people's realities. It's the willingness to be aware of what is it that you're asking for. What is this? What can I do with it? Can I change it? How can I change it? Yeah. And who am I being? Right? Yeah. D, awesome feedback. Thanks, D. I am realizing how grateful I am for your patience. Oh, thank you so much. I'm so grateful for your questions. Thank you. All of our questions and the time you put into Ask Susan and your contribution thank you so much for our awareness. How do we get so lucky? Thank you so much. Mwah. Thank you, Dee. You know what? I am so grateful for all of you who are willing to ask questions, who are willing to be present. And, how can we, in the questions that we ask, shift and change what isn't working for us? That's the target here, right? This is stuff no one ever taught you, right? For those of you who don't know, go on to Ask Susan TV. I think I have 3 years of every Sunday of Ask Susan with the title in it. See which one pops for you. Write a comment. Let me know, right? Because every Ask Susan Sunday is based on what you're asking for. So thank you so much, Dee. Yeah, thank you so much. And again, there's no question that isn't popping in somebody else's life and popping in somebody else's head. So please, please, please come in with your questions and let's see what we can change together. Yeah. Love that. Okay. Don't see any more questions popping up. This is pretty awesome. I'm so grateful for people around the world. We have this global community we Ask Susan. And if you want to go deeper, if you don't want to come on, PM me, private message me. Let's get a discovery session going. Let's see what else is possible with what's going on with you. Because there's no what's the word I'm looking for? There's no glory in holding on to what isn't working for you, right? When there's these amazing tools and these questions. And I am so grateful for all the people that are choosing to work with me privately. It changes everything. It's the willingness to reach up and reach out when you need that extra confidence, that extra help, that extra mentorship, that extra assistance, right? Contact me, private message me, and let's see what we can create together. I want for you more ease, more joy, creative money flows, sensuous relationships. What else is truly possible? What reality are you asking for? Only you know that. Thanks, Becky. Thanks. Mwah. Adore you all. See you next Sunday. Come on in to Ask Susan and write in your questions. I love hearing from you. And again, if you're interested, private message me and let's get on the books. Let's see what we can change together. Adore you all. See you next Sunday. Live boldly, totally boldly. Living boldly is actually the willingness to be present with what's going on. Not from yesterday, not from tomorrow, but totally present. What is it that I'm asking for here? What could this look like? How can I change it? And truly, what else? What's greater here for me that I haven't been willing to be or see? That's living boldly. Live boldly, love greatly, and be that fearless leader you came here to be. Because the world needs more of you, not less. See you next Sunday. Bye-bye.